Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jayo Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai. Jayo Jagannath, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jai Shri Subhadra. Jayo Radha Vallabha, Radha Vallabha Shri Radhe. Radha Vallabha Shri Radhe. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Namaskar Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Satarshit Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se Kaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Grantara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, verse number 10. Api sarve kushalinas tava putra manasvini lakshaye swastham atmanam bhavataya lakshanayar aham. Api sarve kushalinas tava putra manasvini lakshaye swastham atmanam bhavataya lakshanayaraham. Api sarve kushalinas tava putra manasvini lakshaye swastham atmanam bhavataya lakshanayaraham. Anyone would like to chant? Api sarve kushalina swastham atmanam bhavataya lakshanayaraham. Api sarve kushalina tava putra manasvini swastham atmanam lakshanayaraham. Mataji, anyone? Api sarve kushalinas putra manasvini lakshaye swastham atmanam bhavataya lakshanayaraham. Word for word meaning. Api, whether. Sarve, all. Kushalinaha, in full auspiciousness. Tava, your. Putraha, sons. Manaswini, O great-minded lady. Lakshaye, I see. Ashwastham, not in tranquility. Atmanam, the mind. Bhavatayaha, of you. Lakshanaye, by symptoms. Aham, I. Translation. O great-minded lady, are all your sons faring well? Seeing your withered face, I can perceive that your mind is not tranquil. How is this so? I'll read few more verses. Verse number 11. Aditi said, O my respected Brahmana husband, all is well with the Brahmanas, the cows, religion, and the welfare of other people. O master of the house, the three principles of dharma, artha, kama, dharma, artha, and kama, flourish in household life, which is consequently full of good fortune. There is a small purport. In household life, one can develop the three principles of religion, economic development, and sense gratification, according to regulations given in the Shastras. But to attain liberation, one must give up household life and place himself in the transcendental renounced order. Kashyapa Muni was not in the renounced order of life. Therefore, he is addressed here once as Brahmanan, and other time as Grahamedhin. Aditi, his wife, assured him that as far as household life was concerned, everything was going on nicely, and the Brahmanas and cows were honored and protected. In other words, there were no disturbances. Household life was duly progressing. I'll read next few verses. O beloved husband, the fires, guests, servants, and beggars are all being properly cared for by me. Because I always think of you, there is no possibility that any of the religious principles will be neglected. O my Lord, since you are a Prajapati and are personally my instructor in the principles of religion, where is the possibility that all my desires will not be fulfilled? Last verse for today. Verse number 14. O son of Marichi, because you are a great personality, you are equal towards all the demons and demigods who are born either from your body or from your mind, and who possess one or another of the three qualities, Sattvagun, Rajagun, or Tamagun. But although the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller, is equal towards all living entities, he is especially favorable to the devotees. Purport of Srila Prabhupada. In Bhagavad Gita 9:29, the Lord says, Samaham sarva bhuteshu name dveshati name priya ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mai teteshu chapiham. Although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is equal to everyone, he is especially inclined towards those who engage in his devotional service. Lord Krishna says, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. My dear son of Kunti, please declare that my devotee will never be vanquished. Elsewhere, Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita 4:11, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sataiva vajamiham mama vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvasaha. Actually, everyone is trying to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead in various ways. But according to their methods of approach, the Supreme Lord endows them with different benedictions. Thus, Aditi appealed to her son by saying that since even the Supreme Controller favors his devotees, and since Indra, Kashyapa's devotee son, was in difficulty, Kashyapa should bestow his favor upon Indra. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuthapad Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हरे कृष्ण। This particular section where we are at now in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is leading to where Aditi, the word Aditi explains that she is the mother of all the devatas, and her sister Diti is the mother of all the Daityas. That's where they get the name Daitya, because the mother is Diti. So Aditi, who is mother of Indra, the Lord of the heavens. Now Bali Maharaj has taken over their power. Who is a Asura, a Daitya? Now Aditi, what she wants is that her husband Kashyapa Muni, who is a very powerful sage, she wants him to interfere and bring back the heavens to Indra and the Devatas, because all the Devatas are children of Aditi. And that's exactly the verses we read where she's trying to convince Kashyapa Muni that you please somehow or other reinstate my son Indra, who is supposed to be the genuine actual controller of heavens, back in his position. And because her sons are out of place, she is little disturbed. And Kashyapa Muni sees that because the wife is disturbed, the household is disturbed. So in the verse 11, Srila Prabhupada, when he explains, he's speaking about Kashyapa Muni being known as Griha Medhin. So this is a term which is this term is not used in terms of in glorifying someone, Griha Medhi. So one term is used as Grihastha, other is Griha Medhi. Grihastha means one who understands the value of married life and they understand what spiritual context they should live their lives with. Whereas the Griha Medhi term is used for someone who is attached to household life and not to spiritual practices. And that's why there is no Griha Medhi ashram, there is Grihastha ashram, where the shelter of the Supreme Lord is taken in Grihastha ashram, in household life. But here, he is known as Griha Medhin. So, we cannot apply this word on Kashyapa Muni, because he is a great sage. Now, Aditi is mentioning that you are, like Prabhupada mentioned in the purport, that you are not still a sannyasi. So you must worry about your household affairs. You still have duties to do at home. You have to take care of dharma, artha and kama. You have to take care of the religiosity, the livelihood and the sense pleasures which all the grihasthas they need. So you are not in renounced order, you are not in sannyas category. So please come back to your household duties. That's her tone basically. And while she is explaining, she even mentions, even in the next verse, that you are my Lord. So if she is so respectful to Kashyapa Muni that you are my Lord, she cannot tell him that you are an attached householder. She cannot really insult him. So, but that's why we have to understand this word in context. And then she says, oh dear Kashyapa, oh dear Brahmana, everything is going on fine as long as our household duties are concerned. And she mentions three very interesting things for a household to function properly. She says, oh beloved husband, in verse number 12, actually for the fires, the guests, the servants are all being properly cared by me. the fire of yajna is happening. The guest, whoever comes to our place, I take care of them. Our servants are well maintained, and even the beggars outside are maintained. So this is an indication of what a grahastha should do. A married person should take care, not just selfishly holding on to their own possessions, but they should take care of their dependents, even the beggars outside. Are all properly cared? She says, why this is all properly cared for? Because I'm always thinking of you, Kashyapa Muni, and you are such a great saint that because I'm thinking of you all the time, how is there a possibility that I can go away from dharma? Now, immediately next verse, she quotes a very amazing characteristic of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And while quoting the Lord, she says, even in verse number 14 also she says, mainly in 14 she says, you are such a great Brahmana that you are equal to even demons and the devotees, the devatas. You're so powerful, you're so great, you're so equipoised, you're so equal to everyone that you don't see a difference between an asura and a sura. You don't see a difference between a demon and someone who is a devotee, a devata. But then she quotes the Lord, that even though the Supreme Lord is also impartial, equal to everyone, still when it comes to his devotees, he shows partiality. He favors them. And that's the quotation Aditi is trying to push forth. That's exactly what she's trying to impress on her husband. That your sons, devatas, need your favor even though you're equal to everyone. Because the Supreme Lord also does that. And in the last line of purport, Srila Prabhupada says that thus Aditi appealed to her husband by saying that since even the Supreme Controller favors his devotees, and since Indra, Kashyapa's devotee's son, was in difficulty, Kashyapa should bestow his favor upon Indra. He must act in favor of Indra because he is a devoted son. Now, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada quotes one shloka which sounds contradictory. The shloka itself creates contradiction. It's in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, verse number 29, where Krishna says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu, na me devshati na me priya. I am equal to everyone. I envy nobody, neither I favor anyone. So he's equal to everyone. And that has to be very classic characteristics of God. There are many people who claim to be God, but they show favoritism. There are many people who claim to be transcendentally situated, they show favoritism. So God has to be equal to everyone. There cannot be mistreatment of someone other the other one. So Samoham sarva bhuteshu, I am equal to everyone, neither I have envy towards anyone, nor I favor anyone. But immediately next line Krishna says, which creates a contradiction within the verse itself. He says, Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya, maite teshu chapiham. But if you are worshipping me, if you are doing devotional service unto me, if you are doing my bhajan with devotion, then you are a friend to me and I am a friend to you. And that's what she is quoting. That even Krishna does that. And we see so many times in so many places, the Lord in different incarnation has done that. When the Lord came as Vaman Dev to save Indra, because Bali Maharaj was going to take over Indra's position, he came and he cheated Bali. But because Bali surrendered, Vaman Dev favored Bali also. But he came to actually cheat Bali to favor Indra. He came as Narsingadev, again he killed Hiranyakashipu to favor Prahlad. So you see, one side is favoring, other side is killing, or basically taking over their wealth. Then he comes as Krishna himself. And in so many occasions, he protects the Pandavas and he kills the other party, the Kaurava side. Even Lord Ram came, he killed Vali, he saved Sugriv. So he favored someone and then he killed someone. So is this contradictory? Because he's supposed to be equal to everyone. And that discussion makes the very attractive character of the Lord. This is like an ornament of the Lord where He appears to be partial, but He is impartial. And that's very difficult for someone who does not understand or see from the eyes of devotees or from scriptures properly. They will be confused that is He partial or is He impartial? If He is impartial, why scriptures are again and again quoting Him to be impartial and equal to everyone? Queen Kunti in first canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, chapter number 8, verse number 29, she says, it's a very famous verse, Na veda kaschit bhagavan chikirsitam tave hamanasya nirambidam vina na yasya kaschit daito stikarhichit dveyasya chasmin vishama matirninam. She says, O Lord, no one can understand your transcendental pastime, which appears to be human and are so misleading. You have no specific object of favor, nor do you have any object of envy. People only imagine that you are partial. Maybe connect with the charger. So Queen Kunti says, you have no specific object to favor, nor do you have any object to envy. People only imagine that you are partial. So now when people see Krishna's pastimes, it appears full of partiality. Because foolish people, they may think, yeah, just put it there. Charger is inside. Check in the bag maybe. Charging. Charging. Just don't exit the screen. Just yeah. So Queen Kunti in her prayers gives this very important information that she repeats exactly the same instruction that you have no object to favor, neither you envy anyone. People only imagine you are partial. The reason they imagine you are partial is because they see your pastime as a human activity. How humans behave, and humans tend to be partial. Because you come and you do your lila, you come and you do your pastimes like humans, then naturally people conclude that you must be partial. But they don't understand how transcendental a personality you are. And that's why even devotees or people, when they approach the Supreme Lord thinking that, okay, if I offer some donation, if I give something, then He may show me some sort of partiality. Or like Prabhupada says in the purport, foolish people think that devotional service is flattering the Lord to get some special mercy. That's bhakti. You come and flatter the Lord. Factually, the pure devotees who are engaged in transcendental loving service of the Lord are not a mercantile community. The pure devotees of the Lord are not business community people. Means they can be business people, but they don't deal with the Lord like a businessman. A mercantile house renders service to someone in exchange for values. The pure devotee does not render service unto the Lord for such exchange. And therefore, for such devotees who are not dealing with the Supreme Lord as a business person, not in transactions, the relationship is not transactional, the Lord shows full mercy upon them. But then simultaneously we see Him dealing with someone in favor and dealing with another person apparently unfavorably. As I gave few examples of Lord coming during Samudra Manthan time, when the nectar of pot of nectar came out, He came as Mohini Murti stole away the nectar from the demons, gave it to the devatas. He, as Mohini Murti, the Lord even killed Rahu because he wanted to drink the nectar. And he basically again cheated all the demons. So this constant cheating which he does, or a constant favoritism he shows to the devotees, is something to be understood, because it can appear that there is a disparity. That this disparity is there between Lord's behavior towards devotees and non-devotees. Actually, the characteristic of a Lord is not full of disparity. This treatment is not exactly his partiality but his reciprocal nature. The Lord reciprocates with his devotees the way they approach him. So, in general, I'm just categorizing. There are 4 types of people who exist. And within that also there are many categories, subcategories. One category is those who are atheists. So this is atheistic class. For them, the existence of God is a big no. They just believe that the nature is in control. The control is completely under the laws of nature, and there is no superior personality who is the cause of creation. So that's the atheistic class. Then there are theists, those who believe in God. And within that there are 3 different categories. One is, they approach the Lord for some material gain. Oh my dear Lord, give me something. Take this donation. I got some apples for you. Please give me something. So that is one category. Other is who are little bit more superior than these materialistic devotees who are approaching Lord for gains. They want impersonal liberation. They want to become one with God. They see themselves as this spark, light, and they want to merge into that absolute light. They want to merge in that jyoti. Then there is the last category, or which is the most advanced category of devotees, who selflessly serve the Lord with no material expectation. They only want a devotional relationship with the Lord because they understand I am his part and parcel, and it's my duty to reconnect back to my source. So now, based on all these 4 categories, and there are many subcategories, within atheists also, within theists also there are so many categories. Then there are agnostics who says, I don't know whether someone is up there or not, but I don't deny, but I don't accept also. Then there are apatheists who are again atheistic category, where they're least bothered. They're just not interested in this topic at all. When you speak to an atheist about God, they were interested. They want to defeat even the argument. But if you speak to an apatheist, they just walk away. They're just not interested in this topic. Then there is another category who are in the range of theists. They are called deists. They practice deism. These deists are, they say, yes, God created everything, but after the creation happened, he has no say in the creation. Once he created, now the laws are governing the creation. He cannot help us. He has no control. He is completely aloof. So all these subcategories exist. So now, based on all these subcategories and the way they approach the Lord, he does not show a partial behavior, he just reciprocates. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajameham. The way you surrender to me, I reciprocate accordingly. Now with so many ranges of people approaching that same absolute truth, one in complete denial and in complete abuse and completely ridiculing the existence of God, other is not even interested in this topic. Other says, you have very limited control. Other says, you are the Supreme Lord, you have full control, but I only want material gains from you. Other says, you are full in control, you are everything, I want to merge in you. And the last one says, you have control over everything. You are the Supreme Lord, you are the master of everything, I want to serve you out of love. So everyone approaches that same absolute truth with different feelings, different behaviors, different offerings. And then you cannot expect the Lord to give equal result to everyone. Why? Because he has to offer what the other person is bringing on the table. And that's what reciprocal relationship means. He is not a stone standing there who will offer whoever comes blindly. He is a person. He is the supreme person who has feelings. And because he is the supreme person who has feelings, and he is the one who knows our best welfare, he must reciprocate. Actually, there is a problem if he doesn't reciprocate. People may ask for impartiality on all stages, but this exactly is like communism. In the state, everyone is equal. If everyone is equal, then some people are interested to work and some people are not interested to work. And that's why communist regime failed everywhere, because everyone is equal and everyone must be treated equally. So those people who really want to put their hard work to gain money have no impetus, no encouragement to do so, because someone who is a bum on the street is getting the same benefit. So then why should I work hard? So the Lord actually reciprocates based on how we approach Him. And that inspires, encourages devotees to even surrender more to the Lord. Now in 8th canto, chapter number 9, verse 28, this is a very classic verse. Shukadeva Goswami tells this. This is the same canto we are in during Samudra Manthan time. He says, the place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activity, even the ambition were all same, both for the demigods and the demon. All these were same. The place was same, time was same, cause was same to get the nectar out. The purpose was same to achieve the nectar. The activity was same, they were churning the milk ocean. Still, but the demigods achieved one result and demons received another result. Even though everything was same, now he gives a very interesting reason why it happens. Because the demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of Lord's lotus feet. They could very easily drink the nectar and get its result. Demons, however, not having sought shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the results they desired. And this is how Lord reciprocates. Even Prahlad Maharaj says, who is a very great exalted devotee, who was completely equipoised in all pains, sufferings, gains, profits, everything equal. Even he says, unlike an ordinary living entity, my Lord, you do not discriminate between friends and enemies. An ordinary person will discriminate between friends and enemies. But you don't discriminate, my Lord. You don't discriminate between favorable and unfavorable, because for you there is no conception of higher and lower. Nonetheless, then again he contradicts. Nonetheless, you offer your benedictions according to the level of one's service. Exactly as a desired tree delivers fruits according to one's desires and makes no distinctions between the lower and the higher. This is in Bhagavatam 7th canto, chapter number 9, verse 27. If there is a desire tree, which is a wish-fulfilling tree, now you cannot expect that wish-fulfilling tree to give same fruit to everyone. The tree will only give you what you ask for. So if someone is approaching the Lord to gain some material benefit, why will the Lord give pure devotion? You're not even asking for it. Why should He give? And if someone is coming and blaspheming the Lord, why should Lord favor him based on how a pure devotee behaves? Because he is coming and blaspheming. And that's why if you see in behavior of the Supreme Lord, even in Krishna's behavior, even though he was dealing with the demons who were against him, because by nature he is impartial. By nature he is impartial, he is equal to everyone, because all the children, all the souls are his part and parcel. He still benedicts them way beyond imagination. Whoever died in the battle of Kurukshetra either went to heavens or gained liberation, even though they were enemies, even though they were anti-Krishna or anti-Pandavas. This impartiality of the Lord is His greatness. Anyone who comes in contact with the Supreme Lord must get purified, because that is His nature. But if someone comes and offers pure devotional service, gives their life to serve the Lord, then he has to give a separate piece of his heart to that devotee. And that's what he does time and again. When at the end of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Duryodhan was killed. There was a final fight between Bhima and Duryodhan. And Krishna only told the trick to Bhima how to kill Duryodhan. Krishna again cheated that time. He told Bhima to break the rules of club fighting, of mace fighting. You cannot hit below the belt in club fighting, in mace fighting. But Krishna purposefully told Duryodhan, you hit him on the thigh, which is completely against the rule. And for a moment even Bhima was shocked. Why are you telling me to break the rule? Krishna did the same when he told Arjun that you go and kill Karna, now he is off the chariot. He is off the chariot, you kill him. And Arjun was surprised. Why are you telling me to break dharma? You are telling me to go against dharma, and you are yourself dharma personified, and you are telling me to cheat. And then Krishna had to tell Arjun that I am just reciprocating with Karna. He broke dharma first. It was he who insulted Draupadi. It was his idea to disrobe Draupadi naked. He called Draupadi prostitute in the whole assembly. He broke dharma first. I am just reciprocating. Now you kill. And Arjun said, okay. Karishye vachanam tava. I will do your will. If you want me to kill, I'll do it. So, whatever the Supreme Lord does is not based on envy or favoritism. He just reciprocates. Never ever he acts out of intelligence, his transcendental intelligence. Never ever we see in any of the pastimes of Krishna where he acts based on instinct, based on likings or dislikings, based on emotional titillation. He just doesn't do it. It can appear from external viewpoint that, oh, see again, there's an emotional outpour. He's taking revenge. No. He is only reciprocating to that person. Same Arjun, when given an opportunity or an option, he chose Krishna and not the army. Same Krishna went to Karna before the battle, explained him that none of you are going to win. These are your 5 own brothers. You back off. You don't fight. This Karna told Krishna, I know you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I know whatever you say will come true. I know all that. But for me, greater than serving you is better that I stick to my words. I have given word to Duryodhan that I will fight from your side. I cannot fight against him. Now, he gave importance to a lower dharmic principle than the highest principle of surrender to the Lord. Lord said, so be it. If this is what you want, I'll reciprocate accordingly. Ye tham mam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajameham. The way you reciprocate, I reciprocate accordingly. And same time, when Bhima killed Duryodhan, and that too Krishna gave him the hint of cheating, that you hit him below the belt. When Bhima was dead, literally, Krishna was unhappy. He didn't like it. He really didn't like it. In 3rd canto, when this description is given, that pastime is given, Prabhupada writes that the fall of Duryodhan, the son of Dhritarashtra, was not pleasing to the Lord. He didn't like it. Although he was on the side of Arjuna, it was he who advised Bhima to break the thigh of Duryodhan. The Lord is constrained to award punishment upon to the wrongdoers. He doesn't like punishing the wrongdoers. He doesn't like it. But he is not happy to award such punishments because the living entities are his part and parcel. Which parent likes to punish their own child? But they do it for the welfare of the child. No parent wants to beat the child if they are in sane mind. They don't want to punish the child. But for their own benefit, they may do so. He is harder than the thunderbolt for the wrongdoer and softer than the rose for the faithful. The wrongdoer is misled by bad associates and by ill advice, which is against the established principles of Lord's order. because people, due to bad association, fall against dharmic principles, then the Lord has to act to set the system right. Thus he becomes subject to punishment. The surest path to happiness is to live by the principles laid by the Lord and not disobey his established laws, which are enacted in the Vedas and Puranas. This is 3.3.13 purport. That's why, even though Lord appears to be partial, one thing he has done for sure, that he has given complete access for everyone impartially to fall in the category of receiving his partiality. I'll repeat again. He has impartially given access to everyone to come in the category of receiving his partial favor. And that's why he is impartially partial. So the Lord has not kept any constraints or any such objections he hasn't made to anybody. Anybody can come and fall in the category of his devotees. And once they fall in the category of his devotees, he apparently acts partially. But he is impartial because he is open his arms to everyone. There are some temples in India, and they will not allow anyone who is non-Hindu to enter. They have their reasons to protect the sanctity or whatever. But because they cannot act like the Supreme Lord, who is impartial to everyone, and then they show favor to those who surrender, they even don't allow those who have accepted Hinduism out of India. Like Jagannath Puri temple is one example. If you are not Indian born, you cannot enter the temple. Doesn't matter, you may be the greatest devotee of Jagannath. That doesn't matter. That's not important. What is your skin color? That matters. So, but the Supreme Lord is not like that. He is impartial to everybody. Anyone can come in the fold of pure devotional service. But once you come in the fold of pure devotional service, he favors. And that impartiality he shows again and again. And while showing that impartiality, he gives amazing, amazing protection to his devotees. He goes an extra mile to protect his devotees. To a point that he tells Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, that Arjun, you go publicly and you declare that my devotee will never perish. Nothing will happen to my devotee. And the way I want to deal with my devotees, I will deal. I'll quickly finish with one pastime from Mahabharata about Krishna's protection going out of the way. This is a day when Karna was in command. Bhishma has already died. And Karna that day was very, very angry. You know, even in cricket matches or in sports, you see in soccer and all, you see some days are some players' days. Whatever they do, they bring good result. It's their day. So even for warriors, some days for warriors are their days. And they are always victorious throughout the day. Whoever comes in front of them gets a defeat, even though they may be the greatest opponent. You know, a very low-scoring cricket team can defeat the top range of teams, you know. Or someone who is the lowest rung in the league can defeat a soccer team which is in the top range. That can happen. So this day, it was Karna's day. And he is a very powerful warrior. One of the most powerful amongst the lot. Now he is really, really causing a lot of anguish amongst Pandava army. So he faces Yudhishthir and he badly, badly injures him. Then Bhima comes, he injures him badly. Then again Yudhishthir comes with his two brothers and he badly injures them. And Yudhishthir got so badly injured that he had to run away from the battle. Before the battle started, Kunti came to Karna and Karna gave one promise to Kunti that no matter what happens, I'll make sure that your 5 sons are always alive. Because Kunti had revealed to Karna that you are my 6th son. So Karna promised Kunti that I will not kill your 4 sons, but not Arjun. So Yudhishthir, Bhim, Nakul and Sahadev, whenever I face them in battle, I may injure them, but I will not kill them. So Yudhishthir could have been killed by Karna that day, but Karna didn't kill because he had promised Kunti. But for Arjun, he had no such rule. So Yudhishthir fled. he fled the battlefield and he went and he was very heavily wounded. The physicians were serving him, trying to revive his physical strength. Arjun was informed again by Lord Krishna that Yudhishthira is very badly wounded. Because Arjun was heading towards Karna to kill him. Now, final battle face to face. Now, when Arjun was moving towards Karna, Krishna told, let Karna fight. Let him fight, let him get more exhausted. We will go and see Yudhishthira first. We will go and see your elder brother first. We'll see how he is doing. So Arjun liked the idea. So Arjun went to Bhim and he said, I am leaving the battlefield. You be the commander-in-chief. You make sure everything is done properly. Everything is managed. I'll just go and see Yudhishthira and come back. So Bhima told him, yeah, that's fine. I'll manage, you go. So now Yudhishthira was in so much pain that when he saw Krishna and Arjun coming, he assumed that Arjun must have already killed Karna. And that's why both Keshav and Arjun, Krishna and Arjun, are coming to me to give me the good news. So he assumed it, and he was so much in pain that he just started glorifying. He just started telling, oh, how great warrior you are. Krishna, you are so amazing. This Karna was the cause of Draupadi's insult. He's supposed to die. It's good you killed him. See how much he has wounded me, how much havoc he created within the army. And Arjun is dumbfounded. What to do? He's thinking, I have already killed Karna, but I haven't killed. Now, Krishna was doing this Leela to show to us how again and again, time and time, he protects his devotees. And how mysteriously and how amazing ways he has to protect his devotees. So constantly there was glorification from Yudhishthira's side. He was really excited. He knew Karna must be killed, and if he is killed, the battle is won. Then Arjun said, my dear brother, I just heard you are wounded. I just came to see you, to take your blessings. Now I'll go and kill Karna. As soon as Yudhishthira heard that he is not killed, he became so furious. He stood up and he started insulting Arjun because he was so much in pain. And for a Kshatriya, pain is still secondary. He was insulted by Karna. A warrior has to run away from war is a big insult. And Yudhishthira was very insulted, and that too in so much pain. So he started insulting Arjun. You are a useless person. You should have told me before only. I could have asked someone else to lead the army. He even told Arjun, when our mother was in 5th month, it would have been better if she had a miscarriage and you are not born. He really insulted Arjun. That why did you even take birth? You are such a useless warrior. You could not kill Karna. You are so scared of him that you ran away from battle just with the excuse to come and see me. Then he said the final punchline. He said many things, I'm just briefing it. Then he said that final hit. He said, give away your Gandiva bow. The bow you have in your hand, give it away. You do not deserve to hold this bow. You are not even a warrior who should hold Gandiva. Now, Arjun had taken a vow previously. Anyone who will insult his Gandiva bow and will ask him to keep it aside, I will kill the person. So now Yudhishthira was saying all this. Suddenly Krishna noticed that Arjun is getting angry and his hand is gone to his sword and the sword has come out. Arjun has taken his sword out. Krishna told Arjun, why are you taking your sword out? There is no enemy here. There is no need to kill someone. Why are you showing this anger? And then he tells, I'm going to kill Yudhishthira. Krishna says, are you really crazy? Have you really lost your mind? He's your brother. He's the king you're fighting under. You want to win this battle for him. Now you want to kill him. Then Arjun said, what can I do? I have taken a vow, whoever insults my Gandiva bow, I will kill. Then Krishna chastises Arjun. Then why do you take such childish vows? Who asked you to take such vows? That anyone who insults your Gandiva, you will kill. And then Krishna Arjun became very morose that what should I do now? I cannot go back on my words. And this is amazing thing actually. He says, if I break this one vow, all the vows I have taken will be useless. And my whole image is going to be spoiled as a warrior who sticks to his words. Now Krishna, you only help me. What to do? Then Krishna tells to Arjun that someone who is very respected in society, if you insult them, is as good as killing them. So instead of physically killing Yudhishthir, you start insulting him. And that's where Krishna's protection kicked in. He wanted to protect Arjun from doing this most sinful activity of killing his own gentle, saintly brother. So then Arjun started insulting. And this is the first time ever in Mahabharata someone is criticizing Yudhishthir for gambling match. Only Yudhishthir had criticized himself. Even Draupadi did not criticize. Why did you gamble? You are addicted to gambling. Even she did not criticize. Arjun criticizes Yudhishthir that the war is happening because of you. It's your gambling addiction. You put Draupadi at stake. You put us at stake. You are this, you are that. He went on and on and on. And Krishna said, okay, now you've insulted your brother, is equal to killing. Then again Arjun's hand went towards the sword and he took the sword out and he aimed the sword towards his heart. Krishna again ran. What are you doing now? It's solved, right? He said, no. He is my worshipable brother. I have insulted him. Now I will kill myself for insulting him. So their integrity is just way too high for us to even imagine. We just insult people back, right, left, right, center, and doesn't even mind. But this is what Arjun is feeling. Again Krishna comes to rescue. His protection again starts. And he says, Arjun, you can't do it. He spoke out of pain and you spoke out of protecting him physically just to kill him with your words. Now why are you killing yourself? He said, he fell at his feet. He said, he is my Lord. I have insulted him. I don't mean anything what I said, but just to fulfill my vow, I said, but I deserve to die. And Krishna says, no. Like, if you disrespect a saintly person, it's as good as killing them. Now you publicly start to glorify yourself, and that is like killing your own self. That's what Dharma says. Now publicly you glorify your own self, and that is like committing suicide, killing your own self. Now this is so hard to digest. We do all means to somehow other people to know how great we are. I'm talking about myself. Somehow or other we'll tell people how great I am. Directly, indirectly, through some means, how amazing I am. But for cultured, civilized people, those who know value of life, those who are scripturally trained, those who are spiritually on the path, it's like killing oneself when you do self-glorification. So then Arjun started glorifying himself. I am this, I am that, I am the best, I am blah, blah, whatever. And then Krishna says, okay, done. Now I have protected Yudhishthir also, I have protected you also. Then Arjun fell at Yudhishthir's feet. He said, please don't mind. I don't even mean a single word, whatever I said. Just give me your blessings. I will go and kill Karna today. Then Yudhishthir told, please don't worry, I have not taken any offense. And Krishna also apologized for all this has happened, because he only brought Arjun to Yudhishthir. But this is how the Lord acts to show to the world, when it comes to protect his devotees, he goes to any extent. He understands dharmas and its subtleties so much that a common man or even a learned man doesn't know. And that's why dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. The principles of dharma are established by the Supreme Lord only. And someone who has established dharma knows dharma the best. When people come and they create their own dharmic ways, they're cheating people, because no one other than the Supreme Lord has the right to establish dharma. The sages and the saintly community's job is only to preach the already established dharma, not to create dharma. So sadhu's job is to preach dharma, not to manufacture dharma. Dharma is manufactured by the Supreme Lord only. And because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he knew all the subtleties of it. They took his blessings, and Yudhishthira said, all the great blessings to you, may you be victorious. And Arjun said, I promise today Karna will die. And then rest is history, how that same day Arjun kills Karna with Krishna's help again. So again and again we see Krishna, when it comes to protection, he'll go to all extent to protect his devotees. And in opposition, when it goes to any extent to kill the demons, he goes to any creative ideas he comes up with to kill the demons. So with that thought of Krishna being impartially partial, I'll stop and see if anyone has any questions or comments on what we discussed. Yeah.
By the instruction of Lord Krishna.
Just wait for the mic. Mic is coming. Mic is coming. No, people who are listening online can hear you then. Okay, you say meanwhile, I'll repeat then.
By the instruction of Lord Krishna, in the anti-dharma way, right? So Bhagavad Gita says to attain or to establish dharma, you can take the path of anti-dharma, right?
Yeah, so Krishna killed Duryodhana using an immoral way, so-called immoral way, which is to hit below the belt in a club fight. But why he did so must be understood. Krishna was just reciprocating. He doesn't favor anyone. He doesn't envy. He was not envious of Duryodhana. He was just reciprocating because that same Duryodhana in the assembly, when Draupadi came, he was patting his thigh that Draupadi, you come and sit here. And that adharma which he did, Krishna just reciprocated that I'll break your thigh now. And you will die because of that. So that's how he reciprocates. Karna did adharma by calling Draupadi prostitute, he was killed. Karna gave the idea that, okay, you disrobe Draupadi in public. And that time only the Lord decided he has to die for this. How can you insult a woman publicly? And Duryodhana did come and sit here, Draupadi. So that time only decided you will die like this. So this is how the Lord reciprocates. And for that reciprocation, externally it may appear that he is going immoral, but he is just still following dharma. Whatever Lord does cannot be anti-dharma. Whatever he does is dharma. We just need to know how it is dharma. It may appear immoral, but it is still in the boundaries of dharma. That has to be very properly understood. How Lord's all actions are not out of envy or favoritism. It is just reciprocal. In the kingdom of Lord, no one gets anything what they don't deserve. And if you get something what you deserve, is dharma. It can't be anti-dharma or against the principles. Whatever anyone receives, especially in connection with the Lord, is dharma, because that's what they deserve. Is that okay? Yeah. Anything else? Yes, Prabhu. Nothing is not. Is it on? Yeah. 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 Before I sat on the Vyasasana, I thought about that point, but I didn't say. I'm repeating the point, yeah. So, even how the Supreme Lord is impartial to everyone, Lord's pure devotees are also like that. And devotees who are going on books also should be like that. So whoever they see, they should not see, this person is good, this person is bad, I should give book to him, oh, he is better, he is not, she is good, she is not. One should try to give out and reach out everyone. And then Prabhu was saying that if someone already has a small book, then you give a bigger book. Or Śrīmad Bhāgavatam said. But from our side, we should have that mentality of that same equal attitude towards everyone. And because it's Bhagavad Gita marathon starting just in tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we are entering Bhagavad Gita marathon. That is the time when Bhagavad Gita was spoken. So this whole month turns into a festival where devotees go out on street, everywhere possible, wherever they are, to give Bhagavad Gita to as many people as possible. That should be done impartially. And then, based on who receives Bhagavad Gita, you naturally will tend to help them further. But the fact is, it has to be done impartially. Don't worry now. Thank you, Bhau.